Tony Brock from the Babies. Welcome to Australian Musician.
Thank you, Greg. Nice to be here, buddy.
50 years since the formation of the Babies.
Ouch. Ouch.
When you first started, what were the goals? Did you think you had a fair chance at success?
Do you know what? It was one of those things where you didn't think about it. It was just like assumed. It's a strange feeling, it's not like like we knew we had something basically when we all got together. So, and we were lucky enough to be one of the first bands that got together with getting a record deal basically with a video. And video in those days weren't, even around. So it just started up, and we got a record deal with Chrysalis Records we did video songs, and we didn't even have to do a, a showcase, which is what most people did in those days. And we presented the video, which had all this psychedelic stuff and a song called "Looking for Love," and we ended up with three companies bidding for us. So, um, it went so quick that there was no time to think about it, and it was a sort of natural progression. And I don't know if that answers your question, but you know,
Yeah, so 50 years, when you look back at your career, what are the strongest memories?
of my career personally, or the babies.
Oh, with the Babies, yeah.
Well, I mean, the babies were together obviously from 76 until 81, and that's when John Waite was with us, and then those days were obviously wonderful. We had two top tens, and Head First became a sort of a cult hit for us, which we were very grateful for. And we started off in the clubs just like everybody else, and then we got lucky to go on tour with Journey and Styx and you name it, and we did it. It was wonderful, and because we had such a good backing, and everything's been really good. But John decided in '80 that he wanted to do his solo career, and to this day, I still don't understand why he couldn't do his solo career and still be in the Babies. But he wanted to go solo, and oh, of course, I should mention that we had Jonathan Cain join us in 78, 77, 78, and from Journey, who joined Journey, and then Ricky Phillips from Styx. So it was quite something. We had a really nice, good band, and uh, we dedicated ourselves to having really good songs. I think that's what's kept the longevity going.
Yeah. Um,
Uh, yeah.
then in 2013, you reformed. You went through a process of looking for a new singer, and come up with John Bisaha. Is that how you pronounce the surname?
Yes, correct. Correct.
What was it about John that you finally settled on him?
Well, um, I just uh, uh, I just did an interview with Simon Kirk together, and the reason why I bring that up is because when Wally and I uh, put the band together with the Babies and the original Babies, we were always about how would Bad Company do this? How would Free do this? And this what you leave out, not what you put in vibe, and have that soulful groove still, and that's that was really important to us. So when had a line around the block of my studio of singers coming in to join us, which is wonderful. But I got poor John. I got back, at least 5 or 6 times. I think he up to the story where he came back 20 times, but he I got him back 5 or 6 times, and it just clicked. He had a nice, the wonderful soulful voice, almost Paul Rogers esque, and which is what we were looking for. He looked great, and he it was just the one. I knew it from day one, but we had to go through the process of going through other people, and it turned out to be the right gentleman. So lucky for us that he came along.
Yeah. So you'll be in Australia in just a couple of weeks now. One of the things you're doing is playing WANSTOCK in Melbourne, which is a 2 day festival at a hotel. Do
Right.
you enjoy playing multi-bill shows where you get to hang out and meet other bands?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Uh, from day one. Well, I mean, we did in America. We did Chicago. We did many festivals. Well, we've been lucky enough to do many festivals over the years, but one in particular was in Chicago with AC/DC, Cheap Trick, you name it, and they were there. We had to go on after AC/DC. It was unbelievable. I mean, talk about being shaking in your pants after that one. I mean, what a band to have to go on afterwards.
Yeah.
And funny enough, we I was behind the drummer on stage watching AC/DC play, and an M100 came up from the audience and landed right next to Phil Rudd. And I was 10 feet behind him watching him play, and this M100 went off and spun Phil on his drum stool and blew his roadie and me backwards.
Wow.
I'm I'm still got ears ringing from that day. Anyway, that was as part of doing festivals. Yeah, we've done them and love it. So we're looking forward to One Stock. So um, there's some great bands on there. I understand.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You've got bits and pieces of drums behind you. What is your current baby's drum kit, and how much has it changed since the original days?
It's pretty much the same setup. Um, I use like an 810 toms to my left, and then a 13 rack tom, 16 and 18 floor, and I like to use a 26-inch bass drum when because I'm from the John Bonham school of rock and roll, and uh, John was a lovely man when he was alive. Uh, we became friends for a short time before he passed, and I got some great memories of that man, and loved his playing. In fact, he was a big inspiration for me. So the drum kit, I've got a Black Beauty which Ludwig gave me in '74 with the babies, and I still use that to this day. Every session I've ever done, or any band I played with, I was lucky to play with Jeff Beck and um, obviously Rod Stewart for 12 years, and Eddie Money, and every record I've ever played on, that Black Beauty's been on it. I can I could put up 6 snare drums, and I'll put the Black Beauty up, and everybody goes, "That's it, that's the one."
Uh,
So it's my baby.
so what's the approach to set lists? Obviously, there are tracks that the babies have to play, but in re regard to the other tracks, do you change things up from night to night?
We always have the few that we like to swap in and out. So, but there's usually a basic set list that works, and depending on where we are and we choose a certain set list, but it stays pretty much the same, so that we're feel comfortable.
Yeah. I believe there's an Australian connection with you and Jimmy Barnes. You played on a Jimmy Barnes recording?
Yeah, Jimmy and I are brothers. We I played on Working Class Man.
Wow.
Uh, I played on Working Class Man, and in San Francisco. He had Mick Fleetwood up there, and I got invited up to play on a couple of tracks, and I ended up playing on pretty much the whole record. So Jimmy and I became brothers ever since, and I was lucky enough to spend about 7 years down with you guys, and I co-produced and associate producer on Soul Deep and Heat record for Jimmy. I was coming back and forth for 7 years, and I got to write with him and be part of the family. So, in fact, he wanted me to move to Australia, which I almost feel I should have done because I love Australia so much. And I'm not just saying that because I'm talking to someone in Australia, but I really do. I love Australia. I love the people, and but my career after Jimmy was here. So, and the babies, I wanted to always. It was always in sight to reform the babies in some form. But I think I already said I was lucky enough to join Rod Stewart for 12 years, and and I formed a band with Bernie Taupin from the Elton John Bernie Taupin crew, and we had a band called Farm Dogs, which was fun. And Bernie was singing, but uh, but yeah. But as far as Jimmy goes, I love that man, and we talk on a regular basis, and especially he's been going through some hard times at the moment. The poor fella, but he's such a strong. He's the bull. I mean, I don't know anybody else to go through what he's done and just keep that smile on his face. And of course, Jane keeps him on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm looking forward to seeing those guys when I get over there. I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah. So you'll be here very soon. What else is on for the babies or for yourself for the rest of 2025?
Um, well, we just did Chicago and Minneapolis, and I have another band called Close Enemies.
Yeah, with Peter Stroud.
Where with Peter Stroud, and and with Tom Hamilton from Aerosmith, and Trace Foster from AC/DC, and a lovely Jason Hampton from the Mickey Mouse uh, Disney World, but he was the rock singer of the Justin Timberlake crowd,
Yeah.
and we were lucky enough to find him. So that project's off and on, and but Peter has to go back out with Sheryl Crow and do the odd gig here and there. And we're releasing a new single. In fact, we got it. Well, our first single came out about 6 weeks ago called "Sound of a Train," and our second single comes out on the 28th, called "Inside Out," and it's just a wonderful band. And so the trade off from the babies to close enemies is just at my age, I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to give up on the babies at all, but close enemies is certainly to be reckoned with. I think I think the Aussies are going to love it. I I know what you guys like, and it's me being from England, sort of have a little tie with you guys, and I think you're gonna really love the honesty and the great. We have really good songs. In fact, that's what I've said it before, but you know, this is what the song's all about, and how you approach the song musically. And I like to play for the song instead of showing off, you know, all the time. Although when you do show off, it becomes more important. And instead of it being one bit, I don't do like I do a drum solo every night, and that's my where I get off. But uh, I play for the song just like real musical drummers do. And
Tony, I think our time has run out, and it's been great to chat, and we look forward to seeing you down here very soon.
well, Greg, thank you, Greg. Am I going to see you on the show?
I hope so, yeah.
Are you? Which one are you planning to come to?
Melbourne, yeah.
Oh, Melbourne. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, buddy. We'll catch you then.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, mate. Nice to meet you.